You want to talk about tradition when it comes to high school football in Northern Nevada. It's tough to beat the Reno Husky. Dan Avancino with a great group of kids over there at Reno High. Here are the Huskies.
And he follows the big guys with some blocking. Touchdown, Reno.
Last season, you guys made it to the semifinals. You lost against Carson. Talk about that.
That was a real tough loss for us. You know, we just, the last few years, haven't been able to finish the way we want to finish. But Carson had a very talented team, as they are again this year, with Asa Carter leading them again this year.
What do you guys have to do this season, and what have you been doing over the summer to prepare?
Well, you don't prepare just for one team. I think you got to evaluate some of the weaknesses that you had and try to adjust and make those happen. So, you know, this year we have a little bit different team. In high school, we don't get to choose the guys we have. So, you know, personnel-wise, we're going to be different. And as the coaches in this league know, Reno High is always going to have some sort of special game plan week to week.
Smith is back in. He will keep it up the left side, breaks through the line of scrimmage. It is a 12-0 ball game.
Talk about the weapons that you do have going into the next season.
I'd say one of our biggest weapons is going to be our O&D lines. I think we have a lot of size, at least compared to years past, and that really might change the style of football that we play. And to be honest with you, it's kind of the style of football I prefer.
Our major weapon is our O-line. We've all been playing together for years, and our O-line is just the bread and butter of our team.
What's the summer training been like?
The summer training, we've been working hard. We all know it's a slow process, and we've been taking every day one at a time.
How competitive is the league that you're in?
Having played here 20-plus years ago and seeing what it is now, it's way more competitive. There used to be a couple, 1 or 2, 3 elite teams. Now you have a league where anybody can beat anybody on a given day. And of course, we still have to put Reed on the top of that mountain.
From 1.5 yards away, direct snap to Eddie, and Eddie will just walk into the end zone, kind of saunter into the end zone.
Overall, what's your goal for the season?
You know what, I kind of minimize my goals right now, and I work day to day. So my goal is to give the best I have today and to make sure those guys behind me do the same. Reno High is going to be a hard-working, blue-collar team that the community can be proud of.
1, 2, 3, onward!
It's going to be an exciting 2015 season. We're very excited.
So the Huskies 8-4 last season, lost to Carson in the playoffs. What does this team have to do to make a title run?
You know, I think they're just going to need more consistency. And they were such a fun team to watch with Avancino. You know how he is. He's a mad scientist. I mean, the way he draws plays up, I've never really seen anything like it. The way he comes out with those formations and everything like that. Consistency. I mean, there were some games last year where they were really close and they just couldn't keep it up. A couple turnovers here, not being able to finish a drive. I think Reno's close. I think they could make a run in the North this year.
Yeah, they do have a lot of talent. And, Brian, as you said earlier, their offensive line, I don't know if there's anybody bigger than they are. There may be some teams, 1 or 2 more talented, but they've got it there. But I think Alex put his finger on it. The coaches I talked to, they don't coach against Dan Avancino. They coach their team to play their game, because from week to week, Dan could have a 9-man front. He could have 2 guys in the backfield. He could have 4 guys in the backfield. He could have 4 wide receivers, no wide receivers. It's a different offense every week because Avancino goes back to the drawing board and comes up with all these mad formulas. So it's tough to play against him if you're trying to play his kind of offense.
Who did he play for and who did he learn that from? With one Ken Dalton, who coached here at McQueen High School. They also have a Division I linebacker in Lucas McKenzie, who's also committed to the University of Nevada. We'll have more on Lucas coming up. Right after the break, we're going to meet the new director of the NIAA. Dan has met the man. We'll have that for you next.